Good afternoon, Columbus, Phoenix City, Tri-City area. It's Thrift Behringer, and it's Georgia, Alabama Sports Live with my partner in crime, Richard Holdridge, and we have a fantastic baseball game here in Phoenix City. The number 3 ranked and newly ranked, the Max Preps come out with their rankings for the top high school baseball teams in the country. The Central Red Devils are ranked number 3 in this week's rankings. They take on back-to-back state runner-up in the GHSA 3A, LaGrange Grangers, who are looking to go right back where they belong in that state final. And these two teams have faced off before, with Central beating LaGrange 8-2. We are excited, and Richard, it is a beautiful day for baseball here.
Absolutely is a gorgeous day here at Darnell Nelson Field, just adjacent to Garrett Harrison Stadium, right here in Phoenix City, Alabama. You got the runners-up in 7A in Alabama, taking on the runners-up in 4A in Georgia. Two outstanding baseball teams with outstanding fan bases, and we see some LaGrange fans to the left of us. We knew they were going to travel, as they have done in the past. And you got head coach Donnie Branch that led the LaGrange Grangers to state championship appearances, back-to-back seasons, but lost to North Oconee both times. Central went to the state championship last year, lost to Vestivia Hills, but won the whole thing in 2022. As you can see, they have the banner, and they display that with pride here at Darnell Nelson Field.
Coach A.J. Kehoe, a fantastic coach that has turned Central back into the powerhouse they were once under the legendary Coach Nelson, that the field is named after. And without further ado, Grangers and Red Devils right here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We're live on our YouTube page and Facebook page and YouTube channel. Got that mixed up. And up to bat first for the LaGrange Grangers is Bryson Cockrell, who hits it right to the second baseman. He makes a routine play, but able to beat it out. And that's going to be a leadoff single. Nice job by Cockrell getting down the line. The pitcher for today for the Central Red Devils is Cam Norton.
Yeah, Bryson Cockrell coming into this game batting .295 with 11 RBIs. And Coach Branch has got a lot of players that have championship experience. They were freshmen and sophomores on that team 2 years ago that lost to North Oconee and just had an incredible run to the state championship. You know, facing elimination twice against Heritage and Cedartown.
Norton now set to pitch to the center fielder, Tanner Langley, who swings and misses there. Red Devils, as Richard talked about, lost the state championship last year. Year before, won it in 2022, and comes in now ranked number 3 in the country. And if they continue the tear they're on, they may even move to number 1. And we haven't seen that happen since Russell County and Columbus 10 to 15, 20 years ago. So Central doing some unprecedented things in this area. But there's a lot of great teams in this area, but definitely the pinnacle on the top.
14 RBIs, batting .311. Coach Branch has got a team that they know how to play in these big games. You know, I talked to him earlier in the week. You know, they're in a very tough region with Starrs Mill that went to the championship last year. You got Troup County, Fayette County, Whitewater. I mean, there's a lot of great baseball teams in their region, and I know that this is a very important game, but they do have a tough region.
So 2 on, no out, and up the bat is Grady Westmoreland, excuse me.
Grady Westmoreland batting .333 with 12 RBIs on the season.
And Westmoreland is the shortstop. And he also has 12 stolen bases as well. And the pitch, trying to put the bunt down, and there's going to be ball 1.
Yeah, right now, when you got the first 2 runners on, you want to try to get them in scoring position, because I think this is going to be one of those games where you got to play small ball. I mean, Central does not hit a lot of home runs. They only have 5 on the season, but they do a lot of good things well. This is a very fundamentally sound baseball team that Coach A.J. Kehoe has. And by the way, it has an incredible
count is 1-0. Outside for ball 2.
Being patient is
2-0.
Westmoreland.
Actually, make it 3-0 now for Westmoreland. And
I don't think he swings here.
It's a hitter's count. Let's see if he's going to get the green light. He's been trying to place a bunt down the first 3 pitches. And 3-0 should be right down the middle, and it is for strike 1. 3-1 now. Beautiful day, about 76 degrees. Sun's out. Just an awesome day for baseball. A little bit of a breeze. And could not ask for a more beautiful day here at Darnell Nelson Stadium. 3-1 pitch. Nice job getting the bunt down, but goes foul. So now the count brings to full for Westmoreland.
Couple more inches. Battling back, he was down 3-0, and now the count is full. He's got to focus on the batter here, but if a ball goes in play, Central is now in double field depth. Double play field.
Off pitch, puts the butt down. He will be able to make a play. Norton falls down a little bit, and then an errant throw. That's going to bring in Cockrell coming around and getting the wave as Langley. Will he get in time? And he don't even have to slide. And nice bunt by Westmoreland and brings in both runners that were already on. And now it's 2-0 LaGrange. And Coach Kehoe is going to come out to have a conversation with Norton. He did lose his balance there, and that made him rush the throw, which caused the error and brought in 2 runs for LaGrange.
Thrift, I'm just excited to see this matchup. This is strength on strength. I mean, both baseball teams pride themselves in fundamentally sound baseball, and they have been in big situations, both reaching the championship game last season. And we're going to see the best out of these two teams. I mean, when you think of LaGrange baseball, one Major League Baseball player that comes to mind is the 3-time Gold Glove winner, Mike Cameron, who played for multiple teams in the 90s, retired in 2011.
Mike was a heck of a player.
Great center fielder. He had 278 career home runs.
Cooper Stevens is now coming up at the catcher, and Stevens on the season is batting .260, but has 3 home runs, second on team in home runs, and leads the team in RBIs with 17. And there's another bad throw, and that means the runner's going to move over to third. So 3 errors already for Central here in this first inning. Very uncharacteristic for a team this sound.
I do want to say something about Cooper Stevens. As a freshman on that team that went to the state championship game in 2022, he had 15 RBIs on the season. So he's had some playing time. I mean, that was a young team back in 2022. Had a mixture of players that went on and played the next level, like Colton Esposito. Last year, Seth Stargell, he went on to play at the next level. Coach Donnie Branch has got a team that, you know, he's putting players and playing at collegiate baseball in the next level.
This game is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. We appreciate them for being our presenting sponsor. Also, Pacelli and the Beck Center. Thank you to Roger Beck for being a sponsor, and Behringer Construction. And if you'd like to sponsor our high school baseball coverage, especially we get towards the playoff time, you can just reach out at any time. 1-0 pitch makes it 2-0 now. No outs, runner on third, 2-0 LaGrange. Norton gets the side, delivers the pitch, and fouled out of play.
LaGrange with a 14-5 record. They actually defeated Northside earlier this week at Northside, 12-3. And so they've been on a roll. One of their losses was to Central. That was actually at home.
And that one's going to be in the dirt to make it 3-1. And they played in this invitational in which Central won both games. Central only has 1 loss on the season. And they have beaten some top-tier, top competition around not only just the state of Alabama and Georgia, but around the Southeast and the country, which is why they're ranked number 3. And there's a high fly ball, deep center field, and that one's going to hit off the wall. Brings in a run, and coming in, sliding at second. And Cooper Stevens makes it 3-0 Grangers.
Good timely hitting by Cooper Stevens to find a pitch that he likes and drives it into the deepest part of the field, and the center fielder for Central just wasn't playing deep enough, and he ends up getting a double and an RBI, and LaGrange is just off to this hot start.
First pitch strike as Rob Skinner, the third baseman, coming up to bat now for the Grangers. Skinner batting .280, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Nobody out here, Richard.
Yeah, Rob
All
Skinner.
4 guys getting on.
Unbelievable. Rob Skinner had a lot of playing time as a freshman. Batted .368 during his freshman year.
They're going to say that's inside for ball 1.
I just like the mixture of young players and veterans that Coach Branch has had over the last couple of years. They've all gelled together. And
1-1 pitch is low for ball 2. It's a 2-1.
Central having a fantastic year, 21-1, and when they get into region play, Opelika's 16-4. Smith Station went to the semifinals. Auburn,
there's some really good teams, and not
Absolutely.
only that, but as there is strike 2, Bob Jones, who's ranked number 2 in the state of Alabama and ranked number 5 in the country.
Incredible.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's like a collision course.
We know what's happening for next year's state championship, and there is going to be a diving catch by the shortstop. He's able to double him up.
He did.
He is.
Oh!
What a play by the shortstop from Central. Brewer Woody diving.
They
and then
needed
able
that
to
too.
double up Cooper Stevens, and a big-time play for Woody. And now 2 outs as Mason Calhoun, the left fielder, is up now for the Grangers. What a play there from Woody.
Yeah, and that was a good hit by Skinner. It's just Woody timed it perfectly. He goes to his right, gets it. Good heads-up play to tag him out at second.
And there's ball 1. By the way, his dad, we met over Columbus when they played Columbus. Mr. Woody, very nice guy, kept us up to date. He's the one that actually told me about Central being number 3. I knew they were ranked as their strike 1. They were ranked number 7 in last week's rankings. I didn't know they had updated them, but that's why we appreciate the support and love. And he came and told us they're ranked number 3 now. And his son just made a heck of a play there. 1-1 count, and there's an off-speed pitch. Adam Gesson swings and misses to make it 1-2.
Yeah, good location by Norton.
Cast is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Opelika. Go to glennsmith.com for more information. Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC and Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor. Welcome back, everyone, as we start the bottom half of the second. Pitching for the LaGrange Grangers is Malik Kemp. Kemp's 2-0 with a 3.38 ERA, and batting leadoff has had a lot of great quality at bats. 58% of the time he comes up, it's a quality at bat. He's got also 14 RBIs. He's walked several times. And this guy is an elite leadoff hitter, and right now has the count 2-1.
And Malik Kemp's got a very unique style when he goes into the windup. He cocks his arm all the way back to get power on his fastball.
Right now, he's not able to control those pitches as it's 3-1 to Jan. 3-1 pitch to Emery. It's going to be hit high. Is the right fielder going to be able to make a play? And he is, as Cockrell comes running in, loses his hat, but it makes the play for out number 1. Now up is Briggs Cameron for the Central Red Devils. Cameron, same thing, about 60% quality at bats. About 65 plate appearances. So about 35 of those are a good at bat, and there's one right there. That's a one-out base hit for Briggs, right past the outstretched arms of the second baseman. And a one-out single for Cameron. Now is the first baseman, Landon Beaver. Beaver, second in the team and third on the team in RBIs.
Yeah, Beaver is the UAB commit.
And Beaver swings, and every time he swings with his big frame, makes me think if he ever gets a hold of one, see ya. As it's 0-1 now as the catcher goes out. Stevens to speak to Kemp.
Yeah, especially in this ballpark. This is where Central is comfortable, just playing here. Just a beautiful ballpark here at Darnell Nelson Field in Phoenix City.
Trying to keep Cameron honest. Cameron almost thought about taking off, but stops.
Yeah, he second-guessed himself. He just decided to go back.
And that's strike 2. 0-2 now to Beaver. Kemp takes a breath. Oh-2 pitch to Beaver. It's outside for ball 1.
LaGrange went 31-10 last year, 13-1 in their region. State runners up to North Oconee. They actually took it to a best of 3. They won game 2 by 1 run. They gave North Oconee their best shot.
Share this video. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. We're live on YouTube as well. So go to YouTube TV. Put it on your TV. Every one of these TVs nowadays, you can put YouTube app on it. Type in Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Boom, you're watching from the comfort of your own home as Beaver hits that one out of play and into the street. Keep the count at 1-2.
And then, of course, 2 years ago, LaGrange went 31-12, 15-1 in the region. And that was when they lost to North Oconee at the Rome Brave Stadium. But they had 2 elimination games.
A swing and a miss for Beaver for strike 3. Because there was a runner on, even though he did take off.
Yeah, he couldn't advance.
He could not advance. So now, coming up with a man in scoring position is Hunter Whippert, the left fielder. Whippert, 60% quality at bat. Second on the team, second on the team in RBIs with 17 on the season. And there is strike 1.
Nice curveball by Malik Kemp. Good rotation.
Strike 1.
Nice curveball by Malik Kemp. Good rotation on that curve to get it into the zone. You know, Thrift, Malik Kemp is not their main starting pitcher. He only has 10 innings of work because Coach Branch said he's going to save his starting pitchers, including Caden Wood, which I got a story about Wood and what he did as a freshman.
1-1, and Kemp almost had him with a good move, but able to get back in time is Cameron.
So 2 years ago, LaGrange was facing elimination in both the quarterfinals and semifinals. I was there for that game against Heritage. Caden Wood pitched 7 scoreless innings for the victory.
And a quality at bat, as you keep hearing me, and there's strike 2, a swing and a miss. Here's a quality at bat, the definition of that. It's executing a hit and run, sacrifice bunt, sack drag, squeeze, executing a bunt for a hit, walk, hit by pitch, catcher's interference. Of course, a hit, home run.
Of course.
Any of those would be considered a quality at bat. So even if you get out, they're going to consider that a bat if it helps towards the team goals, move a runner over, whatever it may be.
Good solid contact.
And This
on
is the world of
ball.
analytics that we've been living in for some time. 1-2 count, pitch on the way, and there's a high one. Going to be shallow left field. Coming in to make the play is Calhoun for out number 3. So a 1-out single leads to nothing, and we head to the top of the second. LaGrange on top of Central. 3-0 here. Georgia, Alabama Sports.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We'll be right back with the action, but first, here's our presenting sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Welcome back to Darnell Nelson Field in Phoenix City, Alabama. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Top of the second inning, LaGrange up to bat, leading 3-0 over Central. And coming up to the plate is Bennett. So Brandon Bennett, .326 batting average with 13 RBIs, and he faces a strike as Norton with the 0-1, and that's fouled off. And so he is ahead of the count to the batter, Brandon Bennett. Central 21-1, LaGrange 14-5. Norton delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball that's outside, 1-2. So you got a matchup between the state runners-up in Georgia in 7A and the state runners-up in Alabama. Actually, the other way. Now that's a base hit into left field. The state runners-up in 4A for Georgia and the state runners-up in 7A for Alabama. And that's a leadoff single for Brandon Bennett. So the pitcher, Malik Kemp, is coming to the plate for the Grangers. And Malik Kemp, a senior. Norton working from the stretch. First pitch to Kemp is a breaking ball, and that is fouled away, out of play. Kemp on the season batting .325 with 5 runs batted in. Got Bozeman on deck, and then it's back to the top of the order. Oh, he chased after one outside of the zone. It's 0-2. Quickly, Malik Kemp behind in the count. Norton working from the stretch. Checks the runner. Runner goes. Swings and a miss. Strike 3 by Kemp. But that's going to be a stolen base by Bennett. One down here in the second. And now Jackson Bozeman will be the batter. Bozeman batting .185 with 4 runs batted in. And then it's back to the top of the order. The Grangers leading the Red Devils 3-0. Norton from the stretch. Checks Bennett at second. Showing bunt, lays one down, and it's going to be foul. It's going to roll to the Central dugout. So this is the second time that we've seen Central on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We did call the game at Columbus, where Central went on to win that one. After they were down 4-0, they tied it up, and won that game 8-5. They have just had a fantastic season record-wise. There's a throw back to second. But as the calendar hits April, we know that schedule's going to. Opelika has got a great record this year. Very tough region. But Central has been battle-tested. Swings and misses. Bozeman is down in the count 0-2. A good job by Cam Norton just commanding the strike zone, just pounding the zone. That's what Norton doing with this batter. Grayson Cockrell is on deck for the Grangers. Norton checks the runner at second. And he'll throw back. Oh, very close play. Almost got Bennett. Just a step or two behind, and he's trying to keep the runner at second honest. Norton working the stretch. The 0-2. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Kehoe. So Central won the state championship in 2022, a 35-10 record. Just a fantastic season. It was their first state championship. Coach A.J. Kehoe leading the Red Devils, and they go back to the championship game last season. Unfortunately, lost to Vestivia Hills. 0-2 pitch, and that's chased by Bozeman, and he is down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Norton in the inning. So with two down and a runner at second, Grayson Cockrell will be the batter. He is 1 for 1 with a single in the first. As LaGrange, 3 hits, 3 runs, no errors here in the top of the second. Central, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors. Norton's pitch, that's in there, strike one. Good location by Norton. Grayson Cockrell, .295 batting average, 11 RBIs, the junior. Norton. The 0-1, breaking ball, and that's lined right to the first baseman. What a catch by Landon Beaver to get out of the inning. LaGrange strands 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. LaGrange leads Central 3-0 as this game is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,000.
Back here at Darnell Nelson Field, Phoenix City, Alabama, bottom of the second inning. Central down 3-0 to LaGrange. Sam Brown leading things off here in the second. First pitch by Malik Kemp is high and outside, ball 1. Kemp delivers the 1-0, outside, ball 2. It's a 2-0 count to the third baseman, Sam Brown. Kemp delivers. 2-0 is in the dirt, and now he is behind in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. Sam Brown probably going to take a pitch here. And that pitch is low, ball 4. So Kemp walks Brown on 4 straight pitches to lead off the bottom of the second. And now the designated hitter, Chris Kelly, coming up to the plate for the Red Devils. So Malik Kemp is going to have to work from the stretch. Central finds themselves down 3-0. Showing bunt. It gets by the catcher, and that's going to be an easy stolen base for Sam Brown. As that went all the way to the backstop. As Cooper Stevens just has a conversation with his pitcher. So this matchup features two legendary managers. You've got Coach Donnie Branch for LaGrange, Coach A.J. Kehoe for Central. Just great baseball minds with years of experience, as that's right in there for a strike. It's going to be 1-1 to Chris Kelly. Kemp's 1-1 pitch. That is in the dirt. Stopped by Stevens. The throw to third, and it's not going to be in time. That's going to be another stolen base by Sam Brown. And now Central's in business. Their first run of the game is 90 feet away. That's popped up. That's exactly what LaGrange wanted. In the infield, underneath it, making the grab is Grady Westmoreland for the first out. Now that will bring to the plate Kason Page. One down, Central with a runner at third. Kemp working from the stretch. The first pitch to Page, and that is lined right to Kemp, and he cannot play it, and that's going to be the first run of the game for Central. They now trail 3-1. That's going to be ruled a base hit for Kason Page. Good awareness by Malik Kemp. It went right to him, but he tried to make the catch, and he could not get the out at first, and so Central with one out. Page is aboard at first, and now Cooper Kehoe, the batter. Kemp, throw back to first. Kemp working quick, and that's foul back. First pitch is 0-1 count. To the catcher, Cooper Kehoe. Malik Kemp, runner goes. That's a changeup. That's popped up. That's going to be in shallow center field, and making the grab is Tanner Langley for the out, second out. And that was huge because the hit and run was on, and Central ends up popping it up, and so the runner has to go back to first. And now the pitcher, Cam Norton, coming up to the plate. Kemp hoping to get out of this inning, only giving up the one run. As the throw back to first. Kemp working from the stretch. Runner goes. Swung on a miss. It gets behind Stevens, and that's going to be a stolen base for Page. Unless I think he's going back to first. Might have been a foul ball, and that's exactly what the call is. Sometimes it's hard to tell. The umpire has the best eyes. You know, he's able to see that the ball did get tipped a little bit, and so the runner does go back to first. All right, it's an 0-1 count to Norton. Kemp working from the stretch. And is going to throw it back to first. I think with two outs here, you just got to focus on the batter. But look, Kemp just working quick. He wastes no time. He just starts in his form, in his windup as soon as he straggles the rubber. It's a 1-1 count to Norton. Kemp throws it back to first. Yeah, Kemp's going to keep Page honest over at first. Runner goes again, and that is foul back. Seems like every hit and run play, Central ends up getting in a situation where they foul it off or they pop it up. as they trail 3-1, bottom of the second inning in a gorgeous day here in Phoenix City, Alabama, at Darnell Nelson Field, right next to Garrett Harrison Stadium. Got a very nice crowd here from both schools. It's the 1-2, that's in the dirt. Nice block by Stevens. That's going to be a stolen base by Page. Very close play, but yeah, that was a stolen base by Page. And now Central with runner in scoring position with 2 outs. It's a 2-2 count to Cam Norton. Cam's pitch, breaking ball just missed. Oh, runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kemp checks the runner, payoff pitch coming, swung on a miss, strike 3, inning over. But not before Central puts up a run on the board. They strand a runner. We've played 2 here at Darnell Nelson Field. It's LaGrange 3, Central 1, as this game is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC.
We'll be right back with the action, but first, here's our presenting sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT all-wheel drive, discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Today's broadcast is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Opelika. Go to glennsmith.com for more information. Get ready to smile. Welcome back, everyone. Thurp Behringer here, Georgia Alabama Sports Live High School Baseball coverage presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Also sponsored by Behringer Construction. Roger Beck and the Beck Center. Thank you to Pacelli for sponsoring what we do. Cam Norton, already 2 innings of work as there's a bunt that was a failed attempt. Has given up 3 runs off 3 hits. There's also 3 errors. Up to bat now is Langley, who singled in the first inning. He was one of the first 4 players to get on base and got them out to that 3-0 lead. It's 3-1 now. Central scored a run last inning as Norton has the count 1-1 to Langley, the center fielder. Pitch outside for ball 2. Central has won state championships, had many legendary coaches that have coached here, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Ron Nelson just comes to mind as the field's named after him. Was last year's inducted into the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame last year, the year before. And there's strike 3. Nice job, Norton. Quick work there. And there's out number 1. But now Coach Kehoe has got a juggernaut working. The number 3 ranked team, I can't understate it more, in the country. It's how high Max Preps and many other outlets, and including us, think of Central. We'll be coming out with our rankings tomorrow. We'll do a live show. And last week, Central was number 1. I fully expect Central to be number 1 this week. Westmoreland's up. He got on with an error. Did lay down a beautiful bunt, but a throwing error that allowed 2 runs to come in. And he hits that one into shallow right field. Coming on to make the play is Cameron. And now Cooper Stevens, who hit a double last time that scored Moreland to make it 3-0 in the first inning. Coming up later this week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Tomorrow we got the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show, high school baseball ratings. We talk NCAA tournament. We got some NFL conversation going on. Spring practice, don't want to miss it. And then Major League Baseball starts tomorrow as well. There is strike 1. I'm going to see if I can try to snag Tyler Redmond. And if I don't get him this Thursday, I'll definitely get him next week for our preview into the Major League Baseball season. No one knows more about the Braves and the MLB than Tyler Redmond of WRBL. And there's strike 2, a swing and a miss for Stevens. He's now 0-2. And that one is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Norton is trying to get out of this inning, only down 3-1. The way this started, I know Coach Kehoe is glad that his pitcher is now finally starting to settle in. Friday, we got Harris County and Northgate, huge region matchup for 5A. Don't want to miss it. At Harris County, Rick Beach will be on the call. And Saturday, as the 1-2 pitch is high for ball 2. Saturday, we got a doubleheader. Pacelli and Calvary Park 2. Calvary's only loss this season was Pacelli earlier this year. They're going to face off on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. 2-2 pitch from Norton. It's fouled back out of play. So because of yesterday and the rain, they have rescheduled it Saturday at 10. And then Calvary, because they have had 10 straight days without playing a game because of rainouts. Coach Smith's like, I don't care. We'll play 2 games in 1 day. So he's going to drive up LaGrange, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Cam Norton, 1.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off. And the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the back to the top of the lineup for Central, Jan, who lined out to right field last time. Swings and misses there. 3-1 here as the sun's starting to go down. So is the weather. Went from 79 to now 75. And look at that off-speed pitch. Strike 2. Man, that was nasty. Also, new pitcher in the game for LaGrange. Westmoreland, the shortstop, is now on the mound. And we'll get stats in just a moment as that is hit out of play. Still 0-2. Malik Kemp moves over to third, and I can't see who the shortstop is. We'll find that out here in a minute. And that one's fouled back. Still 0-2. Make sure to listen to the Sports Visions radio show tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Join myself and DJ Jones on 92.1 Smooth R&B. 0-2 pitch. And foul back. By the way, Chris Gates, my producer and guy that makes this run, he also works for the city and was at the council meeting last night in which 0-2 pitch, all-speed pitch out into inside for ball 1 and low. Hardaway and Pacelli both recognized for their awesome achievements this year in basketball. Pacelli boys and girls won the state, and there's a ball, too. By the way, this Central Red Devils basketball team made it to the Final Four this year, last year to the state. And that one's going to be hit, and a leadoff single for Emery Jan. Nice piece of hitting for him. And up now is Briggs Cameron. He has one of the 3 hits for Central, and he let it off in that first inning with a single after Jan got out. Central Lady Red Devils made it to the second round. Nice job by them. And there's strike 1. And, of course, the Central Red Devils football team won the state championship this year. So they call it Central U for a reason. Every sport's good. And their flag football team won it as well. So I don't know many sports. Softball team's really good. I really don't know many sports Central is not good at, if any.
Well, I like just the setting because over to our right, they're just letting the kids just play on Garrett Harrison Field.
I mean, that's most places, man. I just remember going back to when I was young and went to high school games. Never really watched it. Would come back, see a little bit of action, but it's all about playing with your friends, and that's the beauty of sports, just being in the vicinity. And that bunt is going to be fouled back and upset Cameron because they were trying to do a bunt and run, but not able to get it down, so it's 0-2.
Yeah, you mentioned the Central Lady Red Devils. Jabria Lindsay actually making all-state honors.
Nominated. Forgot Rosetta Williams, who strike 3.
Nice pitch.
Looking. Cameron thought that was low. Didn't agree with the call, so there's out number 1. Rosetta Williams, who took over for the legendary coach, Carolyn Wright. First season makes the deepest run Central Lady Red Devils have made in some time. And then Jabria Lindsay is nominated for State Player of the Year. I would have gave it to her. I think she's the best player, but I also know that when they give those awards, they also like to do it off of your team's success. And that one's going to be thrown down to second in time. No.
Very close play.
And Jan gets the steal.
Yeah, good tag by Rob Skinner. Now playing shortstop. So they move Rob Skinner from third base to short.
And that's going to be another stolen base for Emery Jan. 0-1 count to Landon Beaver, first baseman, and that was a wild pitch. Jan headed over to third, standing up, and now Beaver can bring him in and make it a 1-run game. Beaver, last time up, struck out. Right now he's got a 1-1 count on him. And that one's hit high. Oh, what a play by the right fielder, but able to tag is Jan. But what an incredible play by the right fielder, Grayson Cockrell. I thought that was going to be shot over his head. That was a rocket hit by Beaver and able to make the play, but does bring in Jan and make it now a 3-2 game. Up to bat now is Whippert, and Hunter Whippert lined out to left field last time he was up. That's a heck of a play there, wasn't it, Richard?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I thought it was going to be a sure base hit by Landon Beaver. Good, solid contact to right field, but Grayson Cockrell coming up with the grab, and Beaver does get the sac fly, cuts the lead to 1 by LaGrange. Like we've seen so far, 2 fundamentally sound baseball teams.
And that one's in the dirt as the shortstop, who is now the pitcher for LaGrange after 2 innings of work from Kemp. Skinner, and there's a hit. Nice job by Whippert. And Whippert jogged in to stand-up double. Nice job there for Hunter Whippert.
Second hit of the inning for Central. They're starting to get their pitch location. That was a good hit into the gap.
Yeah, Moreland threw 2. He's done a
that
bit.
pitch is right down in this inning. Remember, they were down 4-0 against Columbus.
And that one, a time run with this at bat.
Central's calmed their nerves a little bit after giving up the 3 runs, having 3 errors in the first.
There's ball 2. 2-0 count. 3-2 here. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Strike 1 right down the middle. And there's ball 4. So runners on the corners now as Westmoreland in a bit of a trouble here. Up to bat now is a designated hitter, Chris Kelly. He had a put out to the shortstop. He was able to make a heck of a play. And that one's going to be in the middle between the shortstop, Skinner, and Kemp, the third baseman, and brings home the tying run. And it's now 3-3. Good job getting the bat on the ball there for Kelly and getting that gap between short and third. Ties it at 3. Up now is Kason Page, the second baseman, who had a single when he was up.
Yeah, good job by Kelly getting the chopper in the gap between short and third.
And look at that
bunt.
bunt. Is it going to be able to get down the line in time? He is. But both players come up a bit gimpy there.
It was a
they're
good
okay.
throw.
But now bases are loaded.
That was a good throw by Kemp, but the first baseman, Bennett, had to come off the bag. Now the bases are loaded.
And this is why we saw this happen with Columbus when they played Central. They were up 4-0 early in that one. Does not matter. With a team like Central, you need to put on as many runs as possible because no lead is big enough. And right now, LaGrange assistant coach is just saying, calm down, fellas. Let's get out of this inning. It's 3-3. We're fine.
Yeah, one thing about LaGrange, they have been battle tested. I mean, they've had adversity before in playoff games, facing elimination. 2 years ago, faced elimination twice in the quarterfinals and in the semifinals. Took North Oconee to the wire in the championship game last year. Coach Donnie Branch, he's been around for a while. I mean, he's had some great LaGrange teams. Of course, winning the state championship in 2004. Was a Great moment. And LaGrange has had their history of winning state championships, not just in baseball, but also in football. Great fan base up in Troup County.
So batting now for Central with the bases loaded is number 4, the catcher, and son of A.J. Kehoe, Cooper Kehoe. Coop last time popped out to the center fielder and has a count 0-1 on him now. Pitch on the way, all speed pitch, but able to keep it in front of him is the catcher. Nice job there by Stevens, keeping it in front of him. And that one is high for ball 2. You can feel the anxiety off of the Grangers.
Yeah,
Trying to just get out of this inning tied. And another low pitch to make it 3-1.
Yeah, this has been a big inning for Central. They're almost batted around.
And they're almost at the top of the lineup. You're right, Richard. What's going to happen here? 3-1. Are they going to give them the green light? Pitch. In for strike 2. Right on that outside corner. Painted it beautifully.
Yeah, Kehoe was about to trot to first base, but that was a strike.
Westmoreland with an excellent pitch. Full count. Bases loaded. 2 outs here. Payoff pitch. And Moreland just trying to keep the runners honest. Three-two pitch. Runners go. Fouled back.
So Westmoreland on the year, he has pitched in 7 1/3 innings. He's got an earned run average of 2.8, and he's had 2 saves with 6 walks.
And
good job by Westmoreland battling back. He was behind in the count 3-0. Now he's got a 3-2 count to Cooper Kehoe.
Three-two pitch on the way. And again, trying to keep the runners honest. And there's ball 4, brings in the leading run. And now, Cam Norton, the pitcher, is going to come up the bat with the bases loaded. Central already got 3 on the board here in this inning. And that one's fouled out of play.
Yeah, I think after LaGrange having that big inning, putting up 3 runs in the first, Central settled down a little bit, and they were able to keep them off the scoreboard, and now they're up 4-3.
And that one's high for 1 and 2. And all-speed pitch outside. Make it 2 and 2.
Had a nice 12-6 curveball action on it, just missed the strike zone.
And that almost hit him. Norton didn't even move. Said,
He
please
didn't
give me a
flinch.
free base. Full count now. Three-two pitch.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We'll be right back with the action, but first, here's our presenting sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. Welcome back, everyone. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live here at Darnell Nelson Stadium. Off Stadium Drive here in Phoenix City, Alabama. As the number 3 ranked team in the country, the Central Red Devils taking on back-to-back state runner-up from the GHSA LaGrange Grangers. Both these teams are expected to make deep runs in the playoffs this year. Central beat LaGrange early in the season, 8-2, and right now they lead 4-3 after LaGrange got off to a 3-0 start, and partly because of Cam Norton settling down these last couple innings. It starts there with the ball.
Yeah, Norton's had a phenomenal last couple of innings, a 3-up, 3-down inning in the third. Skinner, the batter, he is 0 for 1. He did line out to the shortstop. Remember, that was the momentum for Central, getting that double play. Remember, they had a runner at second with no outs. Skinner lines to the shortstop. Otherwise, I think LaGrange could have put up a lot more than 3 runs in that first.
2-1. Three and 1 the count now. And that one's hit deep to center field. Is it going to be gone? All the way to the wall, off the wall. And there's going to be a stand-up double for LaGrange's Rob Skinner, the shortstop. And a leadoff double for him.
Mason Calhoun grounded out to the pitcher to end the first inning. Mason, he's only a sophomore, too, so got a bright future.
Yes, he does. Tries to get a bunt down, not able to. Keogh trying to pick the ball up.
You know, Thrift, what Coach Branch is building at LaGrange, it seems like it's just a baseball factory. players graduate like Colton Esposito, Seth Stargell, and they go on to play at the next level, and they just continue to reload.
Just like Central does.
Two outstanding baseball schools.
Tries to put on another bunt, and it's fouled back. Make it 1-1.
But you know, the level of play up in Troup County, also Troup County and Callaway are also have seen a lot of success. So the one thing about Troup County, it's not just one school. I mean, LaGrange does have, you know, its pedigree making it to the state championships. But the other teams up in Troup County are competitive as well.
1-1 the count. Top of the fourth by 1.
Nice pickoff move.
He does.
(14-5) on the season. Some of the upcoming games, they will have a doubleheader on Friday against Trinity Christian up in Sharpsburg, another powerhouse in their region. And then Saturday, taking on Calvary Christian. How about that? Coach Smith making that trip up to the branch.
4-3. 1-2. Pitch.
Oh, very close.
And they see if he went. Not. He did not. Make it 2-2.
And then on Tuesday, April the 2nd, and this is the matchup I wish LaGrange played in football. They're playing Callaway. But we're looking forward to that in baseball as well. That's a rivalry that everybody in Troup County wants to see.
Trying to put the bunt down again.
What
and
a bunt.
Is it going to stay on the
That's
line?
gonna stay.
It does.
Wow.
But able to get him out is Beaver.
Good heads
He
up
was
play.
waiting, and realized, you know what? I want to try to get him out because I don't think this is going to go out of play. But excellent bunt there to move the runner over. Now 1 out, man on third. And coming up the bat is Brandon Bennett. Bennett had a single his last at bat.
That was a good heads up play by Beaver because if he waited a little bit longer, it probably would have been foul, but you just can't tell in that situation.
Here's a swing and a miss. Strike 1.
So with 1 out, I think the outfield just needs to play in a little bit, especially since a sac fly will score a run.
And swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, Norton is confident going in with an 0-2 count. But Bennett wants to try to get the ball in play. But Central might go home if it's a ground ball to the infield.
And swing and a miss for strike 3. Great job by Norton. 2 outs now as the starting pitcher, Kemp, is up now, who struck out last time.
Yeah, Malik Kemp did pitch the first 2 innings, but he's moved over to third base. I mean, this is going to be a bull.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off. And the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
4-3 is the score here. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Emery Yan up to bat, who led off with a single last inning that got the wheels churning for the Red Devils as he scored 3 runs, and they lead 4-3. They've scored all 4 of those runs in the last 2 innings. Out number 1, Rob Skinner, the pitcher, who has 2 innings of pitching. He does not is not a very not used a lot. 4.5 ERA. He's getting early work here against a really good team. As 1 out. Up now is Briggs, who is a base hit and a strikeout, and swings and misses there.
And because they have a huge region games against Trinity Christian, I think that Coach Branch is going to face his main starters. They're going to focus on those games. Caden Wood, Parker, those are the main starting pitchers, Rob Parker and Caden Wood.
0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Make it 1-2.
He also has Caden Sutton. So he does have a 3-pitcher rotation, and he's decided to go to the bullpen.
1-2 pitch is fouled back. Still say 1-2.
I'm going to say, Thrift, that he might throw one of those pitchers against Calvary Christian Saturday. But yeah, that's going to be a huge region doubleheader against Trinity Christian on Friday.
1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Two pitch on the way in the dirt inside for ball 3. Full count now for Cameron.
Upcoming schedule for Central this Thursday. They're taking on Heedland. First region games on the 4th and the 3rd of April against Opelika. Oh, what a strikeout.
And there's strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down now. And they still have to face off against Opelika, Auburn twice, Dothan, and then Smith Station to end the season. Plus at Troup County. Against Coach Gleason's team. So
yeah,
got some good matchups. On the flip side, LaGrange has still got Calvary, Trinity Christian, Callaway, Harris County, and Troup County on their schedule. 2 outs now for Beaver. And Beaver hits that first pitch, swing. And is the shortstop going to make a play?
I think
And he did.
he holds on to it.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ. Discounted up to $11,000 off. Or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse. Discounted up to $7,750 off. And the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We'll be right back with the action, but first, here's our presenting sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
top of the 5th inning here at Darnell Nelson Field in Phoenix City, Alabama, as Central leading LaGrange 4-3. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Richard Holdridge, Thrift Behringer here on the broadcast as Jackson Bozeman leads off the 5th. Struck out in the 2nd, and then it's back to the top of the order. And the new pitcher for Central is Logan Clark. Comes in relief for Cam Norton, who pitched 4 innings and give up the 3 runs. And some of those runs were not earned because they did have 3 errors. But the 0-1 to Bozeman, and that's on the fist. Right to the first baseman, and he cannot come up with the play as Landon Beaver tried to get with it, and that's going to be an error on Beaver, and then Bozeman is going to be aboard here in the 5th. So the tying run aboard for LaGrange. Bryson Cockrell, the batter, 1 for 2. As he lined out to the first baseman his last time up, singled in the first inning, scored a run. Clark working from the stretch. And he's going to throw it back, and a dive back to the bag is Bozeman. Just trying to keep him honest. Clark, that's a pitch out. It's 1-0. 2 outstanding schools have had their history of not only great athletes to come out of both schools, but multiple championships in football and in baseball. LaGrange was able to win championships in the 90s in football. That is in there for a strike, a 1-1. They've also had championships in the early 2000s. Great NFL players like Tyrone Poole, Wesley Woodyard. I know the fans of him would be, played for the Denver Broncos. Tyrone Poole playing for the Carolina Panthers. We already talked about Mike Cameron. That's popped up to the shortstop, and what a catch by the shortstop, Brewer Woody. That's the second grab that Woody has had today where he has been flashing off some of the glove on that play. So 1 down. And now Tanner Langley will be the batter. 1 for 2 in the game. Struck out his last time up. He did single in the first and scored a run. Bozeman at first. Clark from the stretch, and the pitch, curveball, and that's in the gap for a base hit. So LaGrange with runners at first and second with 1 out here in the 5th. That puts the go-ahead run on base. That's also the second hit of the game for Tanner Langley. And now Grady Westmoreland, who reached on an error by the pitcher in the first, had 2 RBIs. He also lined out to the right fielder. Logan Clark in relief for Central. Up 4-3, top of the 5th. Checks the runner at second. First pitch, high fly ball. It's going. It's going. Oh, what a catch by the right fielder, Briggs Cameron. The runners do advance. What an amazing catch.
Unbelievable, running that down. Cameron full speed, and there's out number 2. But like you said, advances the runners. That's a quality at bat there.
There you go.
And now you got runners on second and third. As coming up to bat, Cooper Stevens. And Stevens has a double and a strikeout, Richard.
Yeah, Cooper Stevens also with an RBI. And I know with 2 outs, but a base hit could score 2 runs here in the 5th. Clark's first pitch to Stevens. Check swing. It's low in the dirt for a ball 1. No, he did not go around. That's one thing about we got a first base umpire. We got a second base umpire. I mean, the officiating crew here for the AHSAA, we've got 3 umpires. So they see pretty much everything. The 1-0, and that is outside, 2-0. We are live here at Darnell Nelson Field. We got a very decent-sized crowd, both fan bases. The LaGrange fans making that trip down I-185. Curveball, that's going to be away for a ball, 3-0. As LaGrange, at one time, it was about 2 years ago, if you remember this, where they were in the same region with the likes of Carver and Shaw and Columbus. And then with the reclassification, they decided to put them in with all the teams from Noonan and Fayetteville and like Stars Mill and Fayette County, Whitewater, Trinity Christian. But their big rival is Troup County. If you ask a LaGrange fan, who is your biggest rival? Is it Callaway or Troup County? A lot of them will say Troup County. But I do like that LaGrange-Callaway rivalry as well. 3-0 pitch. That is low, ball 4. That loads the bases with 2 outs. Second time that Stevens has been on base today. And now Rob Skinner, 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up, but could not score. It's just one of those innings where LaGrange got the leadoff hitter aboard, but they could not get him across. And Central has done a good job keeping LaGrange off the scoreboard the last 3 innings. LaGrange was up 3-0 in the first. Central, 4 unanswered runs to take a 4-3 lead. Now, one thing about Rob Skinner, a lot of experience, especially playing for Coach Branch the last 2 seasons. Batted .368 as a freshman, .280, 1 home run, and 10 RBIs this year. First pitch to Skinner. It's popped up into center field. Going under it, camping underneath.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ. Discounted up to $11,000 off. Or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse. Discounted up to $7,750 off. And the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We'll be right back with the action, but first, here's our presenting sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile.
I did it because like players like Tristan Holzendoff appreciated it, and his parents appreciated it. You know.
Me doing that is funny. You gotta understand the
Oh, I know.
entertainment value. You watch Dan Lebertar, Sue Geitz?
Oh, yeah.
You could be Sue Geitz making millions, having people come at you, and you'd be like, you're an idiot. You know what I'm talking about. Welcome back, everyone. Top of the 5th. Excuse me, bottom of the 5th. And a 1-pitch swing by Hunter Whippert hits it right to the right fielder for out number 1. Richard, we have had a very entertaining game. It has
sure
lived
have.
up to the hype. Back-to-back state runner-up in LaGrange, taking on back-to-back
Well,
state champion in 2020, back-to-back
Exactly.
been to state championship final. They won it in 2022, lost last year, and ranked number 3 in the country. LaGrange and Central.
Well, these two schools know baseball, and they have passionate fans.
And that one's way outside.
Uh,
or as the great Bob Euchers would say.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Just
There
a
you
bit
go.
outside. Richard, you couldn't help it.
Yeah,
You
but
bring up
I
Bob-
wanted to.
You bring up Bob Euchre, Richard.
I got
said it
excited
could
when
do
you
it.
said Bob Euchre.
And there's a swing as he was looking at the trees, hoping the ball was going to land there, but a miss, and 1-1 the count.
But really, this stadium, it's similar to the Branch up in LaGrange. I've been to several games up there, including a playoff game against Shaw.
So
As a baseball fan, sometimes I just go and see high school playoff games.
last year's Smith Station Central game that I came here and watched,
I was here for that too.
unbelievably
Packed.
Could not believe that.
Yeah, that was absolutely packed.
2-1 to make it 2-2 now.
Well, here's an interesting idea, and I don't want to ruffle feathers, but, with Glenwood going to the AHSAA, all I'm saying, possible. It is possible.
Everybody would want it. Swing and a miss, but a foul tip. A foul tip.
I think he's going to stay up there, yeah. If the catcher would have caught it, it would have
Catcher
been
thought
strike
he
three.
swung and missed and just dropped the ball, so then he just has to place the tag or throw it to first. But the umpire said he foul tipped it, so it's going to be 2-2 now. And Brown, who has walked both times he's been at the plate, now has it 3-2. And one of the main reasons he has walked because he works the count, and now has it full.
But he's the type of player General Manager Billy Bean would try to recruit in Oakland.
And that one's hit out of play.
Sorry, I love the movie Moneyball.
As Stevens has it 3-2, 1 out. And the bottom of the 5th.
Because he is the perfect player when it comes to analytics. He gets on base. 2 walks. That's the only stat that matters in analytics.
And that one fouled back.
Look at the cameraman for WTVM, not even flinching. Does that hit the net right where the camera was? Yeah, when you come to baseball games, I mean, you're just used to it by now. Good job by Brown working the count.
And that one is hit right up. And a very high fly ball. And Kemp drops it. Kemp trying to get underneath it. The ball was hit so high in the air. I wonder if the sun had effect on it.
I think it did.
And not able to get over and drops it. So there's going to be an error for LaGrange.
First error of the game, and that was very unconventional, but it was the sun.
As Chris Kelly's going to come up. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a fly out or pop up to the shortstop.
LaGrange in double play depth. They want to just keep this a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 5th.
There is strike 1.
Good pitch by Skinner. Skinner, the third reliever that Coach Donnie Branch has put on the mound today for the Grangers.
And able to get back over in time. A 1 pitch. And the catcher trying to pop up and throw it down to first quick enough, loses the ball. It's now 2-1.
So the GHSA schedule for football has been released. The LaGrange Grangers, they're playing in the Corky Kell Classic.
How about that?
Playing Douglas. One matchup I'm really excited about, Harris County and Manchester. Old rivalry. We're going to have some great matchups, including Carver and Northside.
And going down on the steal in time.
Oh,
Got it
what
out.
a throw!
What a throw from Stevens. A lot of the Central fans do not agree with that. And now that's 2 outs. As the count's 2-1 now to Kelly.
Well, that's why we got the second base umpire. He's seeing the play right in front, and he had a good vision, and he made the right call. And that's that really it takes the runner off the base, and it really makes up for the error by Malik Kemp. I think now LaGrange can just focus on the hitter, try to get out of this inning. LaGrange 14-5 on the season. They did lose to Central earlier this year. Two of their losses was actually to Stars Mill. They're actually 3-3 in their region. In the last couple of years, LaGrange has dominated their region. But Stars Mill went to the state championship last year. I mean, you have Whitewater, who made a deep run in the state playoffs. It seemed like all the teams in their region, including Trinity Christian, have been powerhouses. Troup County missed the playoffs last year.
2-1. That one's hit up the middle
Nice
for a
hit.
base hit. Nice job by Kelly and a 2-out single. And up to bat now is number 15, the second baseman Page, who is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles.
Yeah, that was the second single for Chris Kelly. Now with 2 outs, Kason Page has a chance. Give Central some insurance runs, up by 1.
That one's fouled out of play.
Kason Page just up there aggressive, just swinging at the first pitch. Wants to try to put the ball in play. I'll tell you what, I can't wait for next week. The 3rd and the 4th of April, Central Opelika. Opelika's been the surprise team in the region with 16-4 record.
Yeah. And that one's low to make it 1-1.
And you think with 4 outstanding teams, only 2 make the playoffs. That's got to be that's got to be tough. And the margin of error in that region, slim to none.
And that one is high and inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Georgia Alabama Sports Live show tomorrow, 6:30. Join me and Richard. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Friday, Harris County Northgate. Saturday, doubleheader. Pacelli Calvary, LaGrange Calvary.
Wow.
10 and 3:30. Next week, we'll have some games. We'll do a Georgia Alabama Sports Live show, virtual. Richard will be in New York. I'll be in Orlando. So we'll be doing a virtual show.
I'll probably be at Madison Square Garden seeing the Knicks and the Kings.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor. And we are back. Mason Calhoun up to bat for the Grangers. Calhoun is 0 for 2 on the day. And the same pitcher for Central is Logan Clark, as Clark throws a first pitch strike.
Yeah, we were talking about the wall for the state champions for Central. A lot of underclassmen, but, you know, they've had some good players that actually moved on, and including one in particular. He played for the assistant coach of Central, who was the manager for the Chattahoochee Monsters, Coach Johnny Eaton. Jax Yoxtimer.
John Bo Eaton.
Who was all Sun Belt.
Johnny.
I tell you, that was
Johnny,
a fun summer.
and he did a great job with the Monsters. Unbelievable job.
They lose to Gainesville, but they had an elimination game. They had their backs against the wall. They lose in the semifinals. Just an incredible season for Coach Johnny Eaton.
And does a great job with these Red Devils. And that one's hit the center field line right to Jan for out number 1.
Yeah, some of the former Central Red Devils who played for Coach Eaton, Ryan Supa and Jax Yoxtimer.
Major League Baseball starting this week. Braves opening day, though, because of the weather, got moved to Friday. Richard's team, he's always been a Giants fan, and they haven't been relevant in 10 years. He's hoping they can finally get a championship.
Yeah, they got Jorge Soler.
After getting 3 in 5 years, which was, I think, a underrated dynasty. I know when you think dynasty, that's back-to-back years, but 3 and 5?
That's a dynasty.
That's a dynasty, in my opinion.
They also made the playoffs in 16.
But I think one of the main reasons they had that dynasty is because of a guy like Bruce Bochy, who just got ring number 4 and also went through the World Series with the Padres. You're gonna hear all this conversation and more when we do our Major League Baseball preview show. Won't be tomorrow. I know I talked up getting Tyler Redmond of WRBO. We won't have time to get him tomorrow, but next week we'll have him on. I don't trust anyone's opinion when it comes to Braves and Major League Baseball other
He's
than
the man.
Tyler Redmond. If Tyler Redmond on deck, you can find all Braves. I'm talking about he gets every interview from Snitker, from Acuna. Go look at his stuff on YouTube. We'll be joining us next week. Tomorrow, high school baseball ratings, we're dropping them. And I fully expect the team in red and black will be number 1, and a team in green and black will be number 2.
I think so,
Calvary
too.
and Central. Only thing we need is them two to face off against each other. 4-3, 3-0 count right down the middle for strike 1. As Bennett's up, he's 1 for 2, struck out last time he was up. 3-1, count on the way. Pitch is in the dirt to make it ball 4.
And it puts the tying run aboard here in the 6th for LaGrange.
Just think about all the wins Coach Nelson, Ron Nelson, got on this field and the championship he won. Just an incredible baseball coach.
Absolutely.
But there's been a lot of history here at Central. And Coach Kehoe is just adding his name in the Central Red Devils lore, trying to go get his 2nd this year.
Well, you also got to think the strength of all the baseball teams. They've all won state championships. Russell County in 2005, Smith Station in 2015, and then Central in 2022. Glenwood last year.
And Coach Kehoe calls time as Malik Kemp is up. Kemp is 0 for 2, and I think we may be getting a pitching change.
The one thing about this Central Red Devils team, they have gone through a gauntlet of a schedule, 21-1. I mean, they don't care. They'll play anybody. They'll play teams like Saraland. They're going to play Heedland. I mean, they've got Buford out of Georgia. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it looks like Logan Clark's going to stay in the game.
Clark is going to stay in with a 1-0 count, man on first, 1 out, top of the 6th, Red Devils 4, Grangers 3. Pitch on the way to Kemp, and that one's hit up high in the air. We've had a lot of pop-ups here in this one, and a nice catch by the left fielder Whippert for out number 2.
Yeah, he had to battle the sun.
Two outs now as Bozeman, who's also 0 for 2, comes up.
He reached on an error last time up.
And there's ball one.
LaGrange hoping to get back to the state championship and try to win it all, as North Oconee has really been in the way, as they have been a powerhouse in 4A for the last couple of years. The Titans out of North Oconee.
Well, Central, who lost to Fastivius Hill last year, Fastivia Hills. But I don't think they're playing Fastivia Hills this year, as there is ball two.
No, you're right.
Because Bob Jones is right on the heels of the unbelievable tear Central's been on to their rise as the number 3 team in the country. Bob Jones is number 5. And there's ball 3, so 3-0 now. In the dirt for ball 4. So 2 outs, 2 on, and the top of the lineup coming up for Grayson Cockrell, who is 1 for 3 on the day.
Well, it's time for LaGrange to get a 2-out rally down by 1 run here in the top of the 6th. LaGrange 14-5 on the season. 3-3 in their region.
And Coach Kehoe wants a timeout. And now if he's coming out there for the second time, I'm willing to bet that this is it for Clark. And, yep, he's already pointing as now the center fielder for the Red Devils. Emery Yan, looks like he's maybe coming on to pitch. And I think that's what's about to happen. I think he.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor. we're back here. 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Man on first and second. Emery Yan is in to pitch for the Red Devils. And up to bat for LaGrange is the leadoff hitter, Cockrell, who is 1 for 3 on the day.
Cockrell batting .295 on the season with 11 RBIs. The junior.
Two outs. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Yeah, a lot of these players that are juniors and seniors played for Coach Branch the last 2 seasons, so they've had nothing but outstanding championship experience, runs, elimination games, huge games that were hosted at the Branch.
Ball 2 makes it 2-0.
I happened to be in attendance 2 years ago, that game against Heritage, where Caden Wood just pitched the 7 scoreless innings. It was phenomenal. 2-0 win. He was a freshman then, and now he's a junior.
And
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
But football, that's a different story. It's untouched. It's because they have their own announcers. Yeah. All right, Cooper Kehoe's up. You got it?
welcome back, everyone. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
It's been a good game so far, Thrift. Low scoring, and Central clawing back, and they were down 3-0 after 1, and then put up 4 unanswered runs to lead it 4-3. Cooper Kehoe has popped up to the center fielder, and he walked his last time. That is a foul ball, and very close behind us. A 1-1 count to Cooper Kehoe.
Four to 3 here, 1-1, top bottom of the 6th, as Kehoe takes strike 2. Coop Kehoe is 0 for 1 on the day. Walked last time, as Richard said.
Does have an RBI.
And in the dirt for ball 2.
Because he did walk. He walked with the bases loaded, which allowed him to give credit for the RBI. I mean, baseball rules are very interesting. You get credit for a walk with the bases loaded. You don't get credit for an RBI if you reach on an error and a run scores.
And that one is in the dirt for ball 3 to make it 3-2.
Skinner still on the mound for the LaGrange Grangers, who play Trinity Christian this Friday. Big region game, doubleheader.
And that one's hit in the center field, back near the warning track for out number 1 as Langley makes the catch. Now the starting pitcher, Cam Norton, who is 0 for 2 on the day, struck out his last at bat.
So, Thrift, I just want to say I'm honored to be on the broadcast with you. On Monday, history was made on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
It was, as the ball goes out of play. Richard was about to throw his headset at me if we didn't bring it up. And so bad that he was going to do it himself and take it in his own hands. But, Richard, great job as Kendrick and Spencer played a 4-hour and 50-minute game that didn't go into extra innings. 25?
27 to 26.
27 to 26 as Kendrick comes back down from 15 to 1. We have it. If you don't believe us, go back and watch.
Go back and watch
it's
it.
on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. Richard was there for it. I called him. I think I called you like 8. And I was like, Richard, you're still at the ball field? He didn't leave till 10. The game started at 5.
Yeah. But Kendrick, 3 and 7. I mean, how about the job that Coach Peak has done this year?
Yeah. 3-0. Strike 1 to Norton.
And really, because they were 1 and 21 last year. I mean, so they have improved. I mean, they got a player by the name of Tristan Holzendoff who's got a .667 batting average, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs.
And there's ball 4. So here's a 1-out walk. And back to the top of the lineup as the pitcher right now, Emery Yan, is up to bat. Yan is 1 for 3. He had a single that started that big inning back in the 3rd inning. Back in the 3rd. And he's 1 for 3.
And he scored a run as well. He had the 2 stolen bases that got him into scoring position.
And takes ball 1. There is strike 1. That one is hit to center field. Back, warning track to the wall. And Langley makes the catch for out number 2. Yan thought he got a hold of one. And now Briggs Cameron, who's 1 for 2, led the day off with a single, the first hit of the day for Central, and then struck out the last 2 times, Richard. And I know Coach Keogh and the Red Devils would like an insurance run here before heading to the top of the 7th. With a dangerous lineup like LaGrange, 1 run, it doesn't make you feel good. Feel at ease. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. And taking off is Norton. Bad throw in at the outfield. Norton, though, because he slid, not able to get up in time, and they're going to hold him there at second. But good jump from Norton. And now runner in scoring position for Cameron.
And good heads-up play by Langley getting it back into the infield. Otherwise, Norton would have been at 3rd.
Strike 1 to Cameron. Pain to the outside corner. Skinner, 1-1 pitch. Inside for ball 2. Pitch on the way. It's hit up in play. Should be a regularly fair, easy.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
He actually joined me for that last inning. Yeah, he was out there cheering, like there was Kendrick fans. They were out there just cheering on, trying to toughen it out because it was cold.
Final inning of play here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, Emery Yan, who got the last out in the previous inning. Now trying to go 1-2-3 and bring Central to win at number 22 on the season. Up to bat for LaGrange is the second hitter, center fielder, Tanner Langley, who was 2 for 3 on the day.
And over warming up in the LaGrange bullpen is Mason Calhoun, just in case LaGrange ties this up here in the top of the 7th.
Yan inside for ball 1. So the count is 1-1.
Just imagine, Thrift, how much more runs LaGrange could have scored in that first inning.
And that one's going to be fouled back.
If it wasn't for the double play getting caught by Brewer Woody, just tagging up and freezing LaGrange on that play, because they had a runner at second with no outs, up 3-0. That could have been a huge inning for the Grangers.
And swing and a miss.
Nice pitch. Good job by Yan, just working that fastball, evening the count at 2-2.
Yan getting the sign he likes. Pitch on the way. Strike 3. Kehoe knew it as soon as he caught it. That was a strike. Beautiful pitch from Yan. 1 down. Now, Westmoreland, the shortstop, who is 0 for 3, got on with an error. Remember the bad throw with it? He put a good bunt down. I honestly think could have been a single. Even without the bad throw, he was going to beat it out. But was a bad throw, and that one's fouled back.
Yeah, the scorers would give him an error on that, even though he probably would have been deserving of a hit. But I tell you what, the way that LaGrange started this game, I mean, they were just teeing off on Norton. Back-to-back singles. They had the bases loaded, then a double.
And there is strike 2, excuse me. Already got 0-2 now on Westmoreland.
The first 4 hitters were coming up to the plate, and they all reached.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And now 2 up, 2 down. Yan, 1 more out away.
I tell you, Emery Yan's got closer stuff. This is what closers are meant to do. Big situations like this. mowing down the first two hitters here in the seventh.
And he is throwing it with some speed as Cooper Stevens, the catcher, is up. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, a double back in that first inning when they scored 3 runs. And that one's in the dirt for ball 1. He also struck out. So he's 1 for 2, and he needs to get something going if LaGrange wants to stay alive here.
Yeah, LaGrange is down to their final out.
But this has been a very well-played game from 2 really good
Oh,
teams.
no question.
And neither team should be holding their head down.
Not at all.
I know if you're Coach Kehoe, one of the things you're going to talk about is the errors there. But
there's still a lot of baseball to play. We expect both teams to make deep championship runs. I think what Coach Donnie Branch has up in LaGrange, they could be competing for another state championship. Same with Central down here in Phoenix City with Coach Kehoe.
.3-0. And there's strike 1. Try to get the wall. I
Thought
love
he
it when
had
they
it.
do that. They try to get the umpire to go ahead and say walk because they start heading towards first.
Well, sometimes it's a late call by the ump as well.
3-1. And that is hit to center field. We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful, full-size, and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ. Discounted up to $11,000 off. Or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse. Discounted up to $7,750 off. And the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone. Thrift Behringer here, Richard Holdridge, and with winning coach, Coach A.J. Kehoe. Coach, congratulations. Great win. What'd you learn about your team today, man?
Well, I mean, we did a good job battling back. We answered after after a rough first inning, you know. LaGrange is extremely well coached. They got a great club. They do a fantastic job controlling the run game. It was important for us to see some of that. You know, we've coming off a spring break and a few days off and some rain, and we needed to knock the rust off a little bit.
And speaking of rust, I mean, uncharacteristically, the errors and stuff like that, was that, what do you attribute that to? Is it the layoff with the rest, or is it just, that's baseball and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's baseball to a certain extent, and you know, it just reminds us that we got to make sure we're doing a better job preparing ourselves to play.
Gotcha.
You know, and I think some of our individuals just didn't do a great job of that today, you know? Pretty simple.
Yep. Richard?
Coach, LaGrange had a big inning in the first. They got the first 4 runners on base, but I think the play that really flipped the momentum in the game was they no outs, a runner on second, and Woody gets the double play, gets the line drive out, throws it quickly back to the bag, and I think that helped your team chip away at that lead. I mean, you've been through the situation before, being down by 4 runs against Columbus, down by 3 against LaGrange, but what did you tell your team battling back to try to get this victory today?
I mean, it's early, you know. I mean, Woody's done a great job for us all year. He's been money, probably one of our best defenders, if not the best. You know, he's made that play before, and our pitchers did a great job of damage control in that situation. And, you know, our offense knows, you know, we're athletic. We got a chance to get some base runners on. We can make some things happen, and fortunately for us, we did.
All right, Coach, this is about to get into the grind with Auburn, Smith Station, Opelika. I think you play in the toughest region in 7A. What do you need to improve on as you head into region play?
Man, a little bit of everything. You know, obviously we gotta do a better job commanding in the 4 quadrants with our fastball, with our pitching staff. You know, our breaking ball in and out of the zone. Offensively, we got to stay disciplined with our approaches. Got to make sure we can sacrifice on command. You know, all the little things, controlling the running game.
Right.
Those are going to be the important things come area play.
And it's pretty funny. Like I see that. Incredible run. You're ranked number 3 in the country, and then right behind you is Bob Jones. So it's not like you're doing this all on your own. You got 2 teams, and you know you probably don't have to face them. So, Coach, I know you're ready to get ready for region play and stuff. And great win today, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us here,
Thanks
man.
for having us, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
Coach.
all y'all do for our sport.
No doubt about it. Thank you. That is Coach A.J. Kia. Did an excellent job, or has done an excellent job. Yeah. Championship. Bob Jones, they're ranked number 5. They're on a collision course, so we can't wait for that. LaGrange had a great game today, losing only 4-3. There's nothing to keep their
great.
We'll be right back with the action, but first, here's our presenting sponsor, Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Tonight's broadcast was presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.